The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us as we're kicking off another week. We got the Fed meeting on Wednesday. That's a one-day meeting. They'll come out in the afternoon. I figure at this particular point, it's more than likely going to be status quo. So you have the Fed meeting this Wednesday. We have a Fed meeting in April. There's none in May, and then we go into June, folks. Futures out here, we get the S&Ps up 12. You get the NASDAQ up 22. Gold's up 240. You get silver up 15 cents. You get copper flat at 267. Light sweet crude is getting whacked again. That's down 64 cents at $46.40. Bonds, you get the 10-year up 6 ticks at 127. You get the 30-year up 20 ticks at 160.07. And King Dollar's off 494 ticks, trading out at 99.82. The Euro's up 66. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Now, let's get over and take a look at these S&Ps first. The S&Ps right now look to me like you're doing basically a complex ABC structure on the way down. It's going to be really interesting out here today, and it's going to say quite a bit what exactly we are doing, and you're going to be able to get that good gauge on that by about probably 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thus far, what we have with these S&Ps is that you got them up 12 bucks. Intraday, what we have happening is that all it's actually doing is coming up to ice. Ice would be where we come down on Friday. We came down fast, furious, all the above. When we take a look at that, we came down at 70,000 contracts at, let me get the exact time here. Yeah, at 09:30. So you come down at 70,000 contracts. Bottom line is that you're up here with nothing. Now, I suspect we're going to try to go hit the 2056 level. That only makes sense. It doesn't have to get to the high, the 56 level. I suspect, yes, that's what it wants to get into and hit. Gold contract. What do we have with gold out here? So we had gold held on price. No juice whatsoever in it, though. Okay, so what we have thus far is this. And coming into a Friday, what ends up happening, of course, is that they can basically take gold apart. Now, they didn't take it apart, but the other side of the coin is that there's no buyers either. So what we have out here this morning, same type of setup. In fact, this morning it's a little dangerous, actually, because we got to 1163. Couldn't hold that again. We got 1162 on Friday. It didn't hold that. And, okay, no, this is interesting. Okay, so what we just did have is this. This is good. Okay, so pitch this. Last Friday, got to 1164. This morning, this is overnight, 2:10 a.m., we get to 1163. We pull back down. Now, as we're pulling back down, what we're pulling back down into is from the 11th of March. That's a high volume swing low intraday there. So we pulled down there with dramatically lighter volume, which is dynamite. And that last 10-minute bar, actually, we had some juice. So what you are going to see, gold's going to basically try to make its way back up to those highs. What we want to look for, if you're a bull inside gold, folks, you want to look for a close inside the wide price spread accelerated bar on the way down, which is 1162.90. Bonds, the bond market's going to be really intriguing, as well as the dollar. Bonds out here look to me like they want to go lower, and bonds, TY, are also going to tell us quite a bit out here this morning. What we have with the bond market right now, you're up 5 ticks. You got 230,000 contracts traded on the 10-minute. The 10-minute, I suspect, no, I mean not the 10-minute, the daily. This bond can run up to well, it can get to 128.04 easy. So we get up to that level, 128.04, and you do it with light volume. This is building an ABC structure on the way down. In fact, it's a complex ABC. We already took the B point out on the 6th of March. That's when we went from 127 to 125, 1.7 million contracts. On last Thursday, you tried to get over it, couldn't handle it. It's going to try to get over that 127.16 again this morning. And what will happen inside the bond market is this. The bond market's going to give us a huge amount of information, because if this can't handle that 127.16 price again, that also is setting up the aspect that bonds may have had a large change of trend. Now, the way that I would look at it is this. So watch this. When we came down on the 6th, you did 1.7 million. It tried to test it on Thursday. It did test it 1.4. What you'd be looking for, if you're bear in bonds, you'd be looking for over that price of 127.21 with lighter than 1.4 million contracts. If you're a bull, you want to see it go right into that, and you want to see about the same amount of contracts. Because if you go into it with the same amount of contracts and you hold price, then it's saying, okay, man, I'm going to try to get into this 127 to 129 area. Now, King Dollar. King Dollar is going to be the number out here. It's like, well, here, actually, let's do oil first, because oil is just no. If we take a look at this oil market, what you have inside oil is this. Oil's trading 46.52. The swing low on this contract, okay, is 45.52. But right now, it's in really dangerous territory. Starting the week, let's just see. No, there's no heavy volume yet. Starting the week at these lows, though, is pretty intense. So we'll see if oil can get a bid. It looks like oil's going to try to go after its low. And as it goes after its low, we'll see whether it breaks it. If oil breaks this low, folks, with volume, get out of the way. I mean, you know, the high volume swing point from 32 and 35 is out there, that's for sure. This would be, let me just see something, 76, 30 bucks. If this breaks this low with volume, so check this out. This is pretty insane, actually. Your A point on this is 77. Your B point is 45. So you're talking 32 bucks, which would be a mind blower, because 32 off 56 is yeah, 24. You know, you get to $24, man. That's going to basically put some hurting on a lot of companies. And I can tell you the aspect of how, whether it's the folks in Texas, whether it's the folks in South Dakota, North Dakota, the bottom line is that they're pushing, and all the stories are, yeah, they're not fracking the wells yet, but it's like, okay, they might be out there for a long time before that fracking takes place. King Dollar. Now, we get over to King Dollar, we take a look at King Dollar. This is what we have happening with King Dollar. King Dollar got to another high on Friday. That high that was generated on Friday closed at the 100.31. Right now, we're at 99.70, and the way King Dollar is set up, it's a very large change of trend. King Dollar from 2011 did more than a 1 to 1.618 ABC structure on the way up. What that is saying, bottom line, is that, you know, guess what? You know, we'll see where this shakes out, but that's saying to me that it's going to be a monster change of trend. And now, what does that do? It does a lot of different things, okay? What it does, trading-wise, which is really dynamite, is that you're trading whether at the highs or the lows of these swing points, meaning in the euro, you'd be going long the euro, you could be short the dollar. The bond market, same type of setup in the bond market, and we'll see what it ends up happening with the S&P. S&P out here, I suspect what you're going to see out here this morning is that you're going to see a price spread, you're going to see light volume, you're going to see a test, and you're going to see a failure. If we go overseas and we take a look at overseas, this would have, actually, let's go to the DAX overseas, because the DAX right now is trading out at 12,069. That's a one-way shot at the highs, no doubt about that. And we'll figure out this ABC structure here too, because this looks like it's expanded beyond belief. Okay, so on the DAX we'd have 7,400. That's $2,500, and that's so it's 10,000. 10,000, 25, 10,800. So the DAX is extended also. It's not a 1 to 1.618 yet, but the bottom line is that you do have a huge expansion out there. We take a look at the FTSE. The FTSE's up 0.3%. The DAX is the runner. The DAX is up 1.4. Spain is up 0.7%. If we take a look at these rates out here, our 10-year rate is at 2.0, so that's teetering at the 2 point again. France is at 0.5%, pretty amazing. Germany's at 0.2, and you know, there's a lot of different changes of trend out here right now, particularly the bond market, folks, and that king dollar. The S&Ps, if you want to take a look at the correlation, if we take a look at the SPY first, what you have with the SPY is this. SPY on Friday, bottom line, got into 204.58 with high volume, 162 million shares traded. The three Qs are a confirmed ABC structure on the way down, so it's going to be really cool here. The three Qs are going to try to also get up over its the high that was generated on Friday. Bottom line is that you broke down with 42 million shares. That's after making a high out there with 32 million. You broke a B point. The B point on that, it was 34 million. The small caps, we take a look at the small caps index. Small caps out here went sideways, and the small caps are going to try to get into the high again. We're at we closed at 122.61. It's bidding 123.40 right now, and 123.75 is the high. So it's going to be kind of cool watching this whole thing shake out. If we take a look at the IWR, which is the real estate, the commercial real estate for one of our Tigers, bottom line is that this little baby, okay, so this is off its highs of 83. You're down at 77. You know, which you'd love to see a bounce into like 79 and shot the heck out of it. This baby, I suspect, is coming back to, it's going to try to make its way back into inside 76. And we'll see what it does once it gets in there. Once it's inside 76, this can make a run for a lot lower price. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. The S&P futures are up 13. Nasdaq's up 24. Gold's up 480. Gold wants to move, folks. Gold's going to go topside. Dollar's going to go down. And I'd shut the heck out of the bonds, too. We're going to be right back.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Check out the new look of TigerTV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome, folks. We get the S&P futures right now up 12.5. You get the NASDAQ futures up 23. Gold is up 470. Let's go over and take a look at that gold market for a sec. GCJ. Okay, so inside the gold market right here, we only need a few more pushes with some juice. Okay, so what we have is this. You have 49,000 contracts traded. We're at 1157. This little baby, we just got a nice little push here going into the 1157. And we'll see whether it can tackle this 1162 mark. What does get intriguing here is this, and this is where it's always kind of a nice setup. If you take a look at the amount of hedge funds that basically cut back inside the gold market, it's big. Now, that being said, what happens is that for the sellers, I think it was about $15 billion worth of selling. Bottom line, someone's on the other side of that buying it. Okay, so I always like to see that when, in fact, you're at lows. Okay, what you don't like to see is that when you're at highs, okay, and you see that type of situation take place, the difference at lows is that the market itself, you'd expect that it would break into lower price. Okay, so what you have, let's see. Money managers cut their net long wages for the 6 weeks straight. Investors sold 18.9 metric tons of bullion last week. Okay, that's the biggest reduction since November. So that's a good scene. I know that sounds insane. That's deviant. There's no doubt about it. The net long positions in gold declined by 26% to 64,000 future contracts. What does happen is this, folks. This is what you have to wrap your head around also. There's no doubt the futures market can push gold around. It's the physical market, however. And what happens is that each and every night, it depends on who is holding the gold. Over the weekends, who's holding the gold. When gold, the cash price of gold absolutely is what drives gold. The futures price of gold will drive gold intraday, but our own futures price of gold versus what the physical price of gold is the name of the game. Because what you do have is this. So gold's at 1156.70 right now. You try to go out and buy a coin for 1156.70, you won't get one. What you will get is that you can get bars. You can get bars that, you know, basically on good gold bars, and you won't pay a big premium for them, but you will not get coins. And the key there is, the kicker goes like this, is that if you're at 1156, you're probably paying $60, so we're at 12.10 for the coin. What ends up happening is this: as the price of gold goes up, the premium goes down, and it'll be a couple more $100. When you have the price of gold this low, bottom line, the premiums go up. Why? Because no one wants to get stuck holding or buying the actual physical coins. We'll get that fixed for you. Futures out here, as we come into this open here, what I expect you're going to see, folks, is this. The SPY right now, they're all going to open up. You're going to see light volume on the open. The SPY is at 206.76. That's up about 80 cents. And what you're gonna see more than likely, the highs of Friday is 207.93. You know, we'll see whether we get up to that level. I don't. No, we can get up to that level. I mean, that's not hard to do. That's not hard to do at all, actually. What you're going to be doing, which is really cool, intraday, I just put this up here, and so 206.76. 206.76. Okay, so where we're going to open up is right where the downdraft started, actually, on Friday. 10 o'clock, the 13th. Yeah. So what I expect you're going to see is this. You're going to see us get into this. We can get into that high. We can get into 207.17 pretty easy. You get into that with light of the volume, the 10 million shares on an intraday basis, then you get action. That's going to be the sell up there. So what you can expect here this week, I expect there's going to be some really great trading, high volatility. Fed's meeting on Wednesday. It's going to be status quo. I don't even, you know, there's not going to be any big change coming this Wednesday. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Right now, you got the S&Ps up 12. NASDAQ futures are up 21. Gold's up 450. Silver's up 20 cents. Oil's the number, man. Oil's going to get whacked. Down 59 cents right now. Bonds, you got the 10-year up 10. The 30-year up 29. We're going to be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization memorization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Right now you get the Dow Industrials up 85. We get the Nasdaq up 18. S&Ps are up 12.5. Gold's up 440. King Dollar's down 729 ticks, trading out at 99.58. And we'll kick right over to the S&P first. If you take a look at the SPY, the SPY right now, there she is. Okay, so the SPY is at 206.77. We take a look at this, and sure enough, this is going to be so cool because it's going to come right into the 207.17 area. So it wants to go up and test that high on Friday. We'll see whether it has any juice to get up and above it. We're going to take a look at the XLF, the financials. Financials out here are into their high right now. We're 24.52. The high on Friday was 24.48. The Thursday high up there was the 24.51. And what it's going to gun for, which is pretty cool, it's going to be 24.66. 24.66 was the high that was generated last week. Now, that high is a high volume high. You know, so we did 60 million shares there. You can expect that we're going to run up into those levels. XLE, that's a whole different ball game. XLE, these equities got some big problems. The XLE were down 30 cents today. It's really a sideways move. More than likely, what you're going to see here is you're going to see a little pop. Light volume. This thing is building cause to get into this 71.70 area. Inside the some of the higher volume stocks as we kick off this morning. And what I do expect you're going to see is that you're going to see a pop with lighter volume. We got DuPont is down $1.50. We got, let's see, Verizon is flat. Some of the Dow stocks, let's take a look at some of the Dow stocks right now. You get American Express up 62. You get ExxonMobil down 48. We got Citigroup up 37. Disney's up 30. DuPont's down $1.49. Let's go over to DuPont. DuPont's getting hit here. This will be interesting. Okay, so she gapped down. What's going on with DuPont? Let's see what we have here. So DuPont downgraded 2 notches to underperform on the dollar strength. Interesting. So check this out. So DuPont has fundamental headwinds in both agriculture and chemicals against the financial backdrop of a stronger dollar. Bank of American analyst Kevin McCarty writes. So let's just take a look at this for a second. So this little baby here, put this back on a weekly. Well, you know, the way DuPont's lined up is that this thing's not done yet. You know, even though I'm a bear, this thing is not done. This thing wants to test its high again. So we'll see where that whole baby does shake out. We go over to IBM, Big Blue. Big Blue, now Big Blue is done. Big Blue's a different ballgame. Big Blue right now is up 79 cents. You got 155. Big Blue is building cause to get into that swing low out there of the 149 area. Let's go to Apple. So since Apple came out with that watch, folks, okay, you've had a slow roll. The high on Apple right now is 133.60. You're at 123, and you get juice behind the move. Apple, I'd love to see Apple go try to bounce into this 125.26 area, because if you got that bounce with light volume, that would give you a better indication that, number one, she'll come back and try to fill the gap. The gap there is at that 112. And what does end up happening, bottom line, is that coming off that high, you get into 112, and if you got into 112 with any type of volume, that would be a heavy setup. Folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, this is a great trading opportunity and a great market to test drive it. You can come over to our website at TFNN. You see the banner on the top, on the side. You can hit that banner. You can bring that platform up, and as one of our tigers in the den is saying, the Dow 17,700 is only a $12 trade right now, meaning you're risking $12, and I think the upside is, I mean, if this thing falls apart, I think it's like 300 and, is that the large one, Jay? I can't pull it up simultaneously. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, $12 risk. And you're dealing with 385 on the top side. That's pretty intense. So that box, the way that box works, folks, is this: is that it's the 17,700 to 17,300. It's a 400-point spread. And this is the ultimate for that type of action. The reason being, folks, is not, you can't expect to get $400. That's the bottom line. What you can expect, though, guess what? We're up 99. You can expect the market can be down 100. Okay, so now you get 200-point spread. And bottom line is you get all day long to basically pull that off. And what does happen, and this is what's really cool, and it's just like any other option market. What does happen is that you want to put those trades on before the volatility comes in the marketplace. Because when the volatility comes in the marketplace, what ends up happening is that the premiums go up, and the reality at that particular point is that you're risking a lot more because of the premium that is inside that marketplace. If you get the trade off before the premium goes up, the market can actually come back less and you're going to get more for the trade on the other side. So it's pretty intense watching that whole thing shake out. Some of the high... okay, so let's go over to this dollar right now. The dollar index right now, you're down 729.6. We take a look at how the DXH5. So this baby right now, no, DXM. It's got to be DXM. 1 second. Okay, so we're down 717 ticks, 44,000 contracts. Yeah, and she's going to go after... Okay, so intraday we had a high volume swing low of this 99. That's what she's going to go after right now. And, you know, we'll see whether she goes after it today. She'll have to build a little more cause because we're already come off the high of 100.71. And that is a lot of ticks flat out on the way down. But what you do have is that the dollar also is a great little vehicle to trade out in that Nadex platform. Oil. Let's go to the oil market because oil is going to be the shocker out here. And it looks to me like this oil is going to go a lot lower than most folks think. And we'll see how long it stays down here. But right now, you're at 46.40. The lowest swing point from overnight session is down at 45.87. And this 45.87 is going to get tested again. If we break out these lows, folks, get out of the way because you break out those lows in oil, you're going to see a price that's going to be fast, furious, all of the above on the way down. Let's go to the small caps again. So the small caps are the only indice thus far that look to me like they want to try to test that high. Small caps, the IWM, 133.77, 123.77 rather. We've got to 123.37 out here today. And so let's see. Yeah, she'll test it one more time. So on the open, this is what we did. So check this out. On the open out here, we got to the 123.37. That, you want to wait for that test. As you get up to that test, you want to see, okay, we're going to make it and or break it. As I said, the Fed meeting is going to be on Wednesday. It's a one-day meeting. You can expect volatility and volatility in spades right across the indices. Gold is holding out here. You know, we'll see what in fact the gold stocks are going to basically do. The Barrick ABX is looking to sell a large copper mine, and that's a monster, by the way. Barrick Gold is trading at $10. This is like insane. It's not insane. It's just that Barrick Gold, folks, okay, right from the beginning of the bull that started in 2001, never could get any traction, okay? You know, it traded out for $10 and $13 forever, gets up to $50, and it's right back to $10. It's pretty amazing. And it seems that the MO there is these large companies is that they basically buy the product when the product is much higher. And the way that Barrick is trading right now, this is like pretty intense, because the way Barrick is trading, just see something. Yeah, she's in trouble. Let me pull this back even further. This is amazing, actually. So Barrick Gold, yeah, go down to $8. We're at $10.37. There's absolutely nothing here. Every time I bring something up, I can bring it back 40 years. And she's under everything. So the next leg down, yeah, the next leg down brings $8.24. And right now you're at $10.38. And what is amazing, there's no doubt, is that the expense structure. So watch what happens. Now, this is important if you're in that market. When gold's at lows like this, you're actually better off with a exploration play that is not mining. The reason being is that their overhead expenses, they can cut across the board, and they don't have a cost structure. The miners, the actual producers, which you normally want, are a different ballgame, because if their production costs are higher than the cost that they can get, guess what? That's where you're burning cash, and you're burning cash in a big way. So we'll see where the rest of this is going to shake out, but that's how that's set up right now. We take a look at the futures, ESM4. ESM5 rather. What you have out here, ESM5. Oh, this is nice. She's going right up and into that that high up there. Yeah. So the high that we're generating, that we're talking about, is the futures have hit 2059.50, and that first leg. Let me pull this back 2 days. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, so this is what you want. If you're going to sell this thing, now we did hit the 2059.50, your 2057, but the way this is set up, that'll test it again. Why? Because what we had is you had 79,000 contracts at that level. The better trade would be sit there, be patient, let it test it again. If you get the test on lighter volume and a rejection of price, then you get action. You know, because what you do have is that the way that went into the highs of Friday, bottom line is that you can get that test. Let's go to Tom in Plymouth. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Yes, I am.
Cool, man. So you want
looking for an entry point into the Nugget. I'm not sure what you think about that.
Okay, so let's take a look at it. It's NUGT. This is the direction 300%. Bull position of the gold contract. Oh, this is going to be pretty cool. And okay, let me just see something here for a second. 1 second. So you got these are the gold miners. Okay, so you take a look at the HUI, the correlation. Okay, so HU. The HUI right now is at 159.73. Interesting. Go back to the Nugget. I wouldn't be biting yet. What I would wait for here, Tom, is this: I would wait for, you know, we have this is what's going on. It's not like there's sellers, right? But there's zero buyers also. So what you need and what I need and the gold bulls need is that you need wide price spread, accelerated volume. You'd like to see the Nugget first get over 984 and then pull back on lighter volume before you bid into this thing. Because anything that you know, it's basically under this 907. I just hit 908, but it's dangerous at 907 and 908. That's what it really comes down to.
Okay, we'll sit tight and we'll just keep watching it.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Yeah, you too now. Thanks.
Thank you. Dow right now is up 123. You got the 134 rather. You get the Nasdaq up 24. S&Ps are up 18. And here's the test. Okay, so this is what you wanted to wait for, folks. Bottom line is that you had the first expansion up. What you're waiting for is the second expansion up, which you have right now, and this is going to be awesome. Okay. Where's that? Whoop. Nope, I want this. Okay, so this is sweet. This is a sweet setup. Okay, so if we put this on 2 days, this is what you have. Let's take a look. So okay, so the second 10-minute bar is finishing right now. You're at 259.50, and we are... Okay, so that's the sell. The sell's right here, folks. You know, the sell's here. You put your stop on the other side of 61, and the reward versus the risk is pretty cool. You know, the first expansion on the way up, you had 79,000 contracts. This one here, it's not even going to be close because it's going to start another bar, and we're going to be under... Yeah, we're going to be under the 260. We're at 259.50. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Steve Rhodes as he teaches techniques on technical analysis using pattern recognition, celestial charting, Fibonacci, and other tools. The Trader's Edge, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow up 169, Nasdaq's up 32, S&Ps are up 21. We have gold up 350, silver up 15 cents. Bonds, you get the 10-year up 11 ticks, the 30 up 29, and King Dollars down 729 points. Let's go over to that S&P. So we take a look at this S&P. You got two bursts of price structure here. We're at 2063.50. And so what she has is this. We're She's not going to have the juice here, so this is going to be really wild watching this whole thing shake out. So they took out the highs of Friday, which is the 61. We bring this back, and she has some price spread. Actually, she has some price spread underneath it. 55. She might get the juice here. We've done okay. It's 34,000 contracts in 5 minutes, and she'd have to end up doing over 79,000. It doesn't look to me that she's gonna shake that out, but we'll see where this does shake out, because the next swing high up there is up at the 60. Well, you get the 69, you get the 66 area. But look here, we'll bring up the SPY. So you look at the correlation inside the SPY. What we have with the SPY is this. SPY doesn't have enough juice. And what you want to do when you do that, too, by the way, do both of them. SPY right now, the SPY, it got over the highs. Oh, I see, it's right into the gap. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, so we're 207.48. This could run into that 208. So we had gap down, 208.32. 208.32 is where we had gap down from. We take a look at the 3 Qs, the NDX 100. 3 Qs out here are at 106.16, and bring this back a little. She just went into a swing point. Man, that was quick. Blows my mind. Okay. Bottom line, folks, what you can expect out here is that you're going to have lighter volume. You can expect that you're going to get a failure up as we test these highs. Dow right now is up 174, Nasdaq's up 35, S&Ps are up 21.